What's up, metalheads? We're going to check out and talk to BlackFlow right after this.
Welcome, headbangers, to the Metal Block. Here is your host, Eric.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey there.
BlackFlow is in the house. Man, all the way from Chile, right?
Yes, Chile, South America.
Who do we got? We got Victor, the lead singer, Victor Prades. Am I saying it right? Victor Prades?
Perfect.
Okay, and then we got Miguel Canessa. Did I say that right?
Canessa.
Canessa.
From
I'm always adding an extra syllable in there. But hell yeah, man. So welcome, guys. It's so great having you on. You know, I discovered your band. You know, I do this. I've always done this since I was like a teenager. I would go to like a record store, or I would like thumb through a magazine and see album covers. And if the album cover stuck out to me, I'd be like, okay, I got to listen to that and see what it's about. Like, you know, and I would buy it just to take a chance, you know. So I'm, you know, thumbing around on, and I still do that today. But now with the internet, you know, you got YouTube, so I'll just click around on YouTube, and then you guys, this thing popped up in my suggested feed for the Seeds of Downfall and the album cover, which I'm going to show here. Let me show a picture of it here. This right here just caught my eye. I mean, look at those colors. I mean, just the artwork. I mean, just that just told me like, okay, this band, I'm going to have to hit play and see what they're all about. And then I didn't know if you were doom metal or what type of metal you were. I just thought the album cover was cool. And all of a sudden I'm hearing it. It was like, wow, this is some good ass shit, man. And I mean, it's doom metal, but it's not your typical doom metal. Like when you think of like real slow doom metal, you think of like sort of just like really low tune guitars or very Black Sabbath sounding, whereas you guys have that pretty much, but you guys have a lot of melody to it. Like you guys have some very melodic stuff going on. Then I'm, you know, delving into your lyrics. Your lyrics are very deep, very cool. Victor, like, are you the lyricist of the band? Like, do you write the lyrics, or how does that come about?
Yeah, I write the lyrics. Yeah, I
Okay.
like writing a lot.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm not very good at writing, but I like it.
Yeah. I think that's what matters most is like you write what you like to hear, because then when you do that, you know, when you're writing from the heart, and then the person that's listening to it or reading along, they're going to get that. They're going to feel that. You know, I'm not much of a lyricist either. And when I write my music, I normally work with lyricists, but when I try to write my own, I could write some okay lyrics, but they take forever. Like I could take like 3 months before I could write a lyric, you know?
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. And so when did the band start? Like I think I saw it was 2014, but who started the band and when and where, and how did you come up with BlackFlow as a name?
Yeah, well, the band was started by Miguel and Franulic, right?
Okay.
And I don't know, Miguel, you may complement this part of the story. Because you started the band.
As I told you, I will try to complement, but my English isn't the best one. I will try.
Just as you were the protagonist of the story, because I wouldn't like to lie because I was not there, but they formed the band.
Okay.
Back then. Yeah.
And how long ago was that? What year was that?
2016. I think.
2016. Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you? So you guys, I would imagine you had a different singer at the time, then, right?
Yeah. There was another. Yeah, there was another singer at that time.
Yeah. So Miguel, when you first,
as a band, has BlackFlow. We started in 2015.
Oh, 2000.
With another singer, but we never recorded an album with that guy, and we just have some gigs, some shows, some cities in Chile. After that, we started to record the first EP that is called Confusion and Time.
Yeah, okay.
This one.
Nice.
And when we finished the recording process, we was looking for perfect complement as a singer. And that process, even though we finished the recording session with another guy, we erased that and we record again with Victor.
Hey, I mean,
that was the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I bet
so Victor joins us at that moment, and the first EP was recorded by Victor.
Oh, nice. So how did Victor come into the band? Did you know Victor before, or did you just did you put like an ad out looking for a different singer without the other singer knowing, or was it more like you just guys kind of knew each other and he stepped in when he needed to? Like
we actually met at a gig because I had another band underneath.
Okay.
And BlackFlow was playing that night, and we played. I think it was after them.
Oh, okay.
We met that night, and and later they contacted me, and we talked about the project. I went to the rehearsal room with them. We played some of the songs, and that was kind of magic. And then after 2 or 3 months, right, I recorded the songs in the EP.
Okay, wow, that's really cool. And so and then the rest is history.
Yeah, that's right.
So what's it like? So you're in Chile, and what's the music scene like there? Like, so as far as your brand of metal, like I know you're like, did you guys always start off as kind of a doom metal band, or did you kind of like just your music just became the music that it is, but maybe it just became that as far as like when I always say like, oh, when bands have a certain genre, it's hard for me, like me myself, it's like hard for me to think of what genre I fit into. I just let the listener sort of like make that determination. Did you set out being like, okay, we're going to be like a doom metal band, or we're going to be just a regular metal band, and
no,
like how did that come about?
I think that happened because we all have different influences.
Okay,
which I think that's a typical thing in bands.
Yeah.
So and I like, for example, different sorts of music. I like even pop music.
Yeah.
Many pop acts that I really love.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like metal music, and I think that something similar happens with my bandmates.
Yeah. Okay.
Bandmates, and so I think it's the music that we are making these days is just the result of those
everything being married together
influences.
Yeah.
We never planned to sound doom or to sound like this. We just wanted to show our music, and we just wanted to express and show the different things that we think about the world, for example.
Yeah, so it just comes out that way, and that's a good thing. It's interesting that you said that you like a lot of pop music as well. I'm the same way, and I always felt this way. Like if you're into like really hardcore metal or whatever, and if you're a songwriter, it's good to have some pop influences because that's what helps you create those really good melodies. Because if you notice, like a lot of pop groups, especially from Sweden and stuff, those people know how to write some really good melodies. And I think when you could incorporate that into like a heavier sounding music like doom or black metal or thrash or whatever, it gives it that extra flavor, that a lot of bands don't have. Because some people will be like, well, I can't listen to that kind of stuff, but if you have a good sense of melody, which I believe you have, because that's what draws me to your music is the melodies that you come up with, along with the heavy guitars and stuff, then that's a good thing. So, yeah,
indeed. It has to do with the musicality. I don't know if that word exists, but
yeah. What bands did you grow up on? Like, who would you say was your top influences for you, Victor?
Well, I really love Paradise Lost.
Yeah, that's a good band.
But I also like Depeche Mode.
Oh yes, yep. I love Depeche Mode. I just saw them in concert a couple months back. Yeah.
Right. Well, Black Sabbath, of course.
Black Sabbath, yeah. Black Sabbath. Yeah.
Candlemass, yeah.
Yeah, Candlemass. I saw you guys. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. You guys played with Candlemass. Yeah.
And I also like some prog kind of rock music or metal, like.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I like some stuff. The early work of Dream Theater, for example.
Yeah. I've been just recently getting into Dream Theater. I've always liked them, but I just haven't really listened to them. But I'm getting really into them. Yeah. Sometimes it's too mathy.
In the area of composition on music with Frane, we used to hear many different bands, from extreme metal bands, from like Suffocation. I like a lot. Suffocation, Malevolent Creation, Morbid Angel, that kinds of band. Napalm Death. From that till Pink Floyd.
Yeah, cool.
So we hear many types and many kind of bands, but for sure our favorites are some bands from different areas. In my case, my favorite band is Judas Priest,
Yeah, I love Judas Priest. So yeah,
But
new album's coming out.
I like a lot Paradise Lost too, and Morbid Angel, and
Oh yeah,
Maiden.
a lot of bands from different areas.
yeah,
All
that's
of
good.
that are
Yeah, that's your
bands.
collection. Nice. You know, I got like tons of vinyl now, vinyl and CDs and cassettes. I just keep I need a bigger apartment because I'm overflowing with music. I get guitars and records everywhere. uh, and Miguel, so when did you start playing drums? Like, have you always been a drummer, or did you start with a different instrument?
Well, yes, I'm the drummer, but I try to add some parts of different compositions in the on the guitar with Frane.
Okay.
I started to play drums so many years ago when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We started with some bands, with death metal bands.
Okay.
Nowadays, we have been trying to connect different parts with different ideas of all our members. Main of us is Victor, Frane, and me are the guys who try to propose the ideas, and then the bass player Felipe and the other guitar player Victor Silva, another Victor.
Yeah, okay. I noticed you got two
With
Victors.
the parts, the other parts, and we finished the songs here in my house. I have a studio, like a studio here, and we produce our proposals here. And after that, we rehearsal on Santiago or here in my home.
Okay.
And we finish the process all together.
Nice. Yeah, so let's give a shout out to those guys that aren't here. Like, you got Franulic. Am I saying his name right? Is it Frane on guitars?
Franulic.
Yeah, yep. And another Victor Silva on guitars, and then you got Felipe Vuletich on bass. Yeah. And how many of them are part of the original lineup? Are like, because I know you're the original guy, Miguel, but who else is in that lineup as the original?
The original, Miguel, Victor Silva, Frane, Franulic.
Okay, so you guys are cool. Nice, man. Hell yeah, you guys are doing it. Now you're on Personal Records. So tell me about this record deal. Did you get a record deal before Seeds of Downfall, or is this, or like, and what is this label like? Are they labeled it like sort of takes care of touring or any kind of shows, or are they just pretty much distributing the music?
This is our first time with this record label, and we're really happy. I think it's been the perfect match.
Yeah, they seem like it, because I was looking at a lot of the stuff they have on their all the other bands. It's like, well, okay, I want to get that one. I want to get that.
Yeah, that's right. So,
how did it come about? How did to get signed with them?
Well, actually, Miguel and Felipe Vuletich, they were once we finished the process of the recording, once we had actually the record done, they started to contact different people just to see if they were interested in having us in their record labels. So I think it was just something like that kind of work that nobody seems to realize about, right? Because that there's this romantic idea that many people think that you are a metal band and you're playing, and a producer sees you and they discover you, right? Well, that may happen, but in our case, we worked really hard to make this record, and once we had the record, we looked for different places, and Felipe and Miguel sent lots of emails, and Felipe contacted Personal Records.
Oh, nice.
And they contacted each other, they talked about it, and voila.
Okay, cool. Now, do they give you guys like a budget to work with, or is it more like
I have a story about that.
Okay.
Jacobo is the owner of Personal Records, and I met him around 8 years ago when I was on the cruise on 70,000 tons of metal.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've heard about that cruise.
we was talking about the music with this guy. He's Mexican, so we obviously we speak in Spanish. And in that years, I have the rehearsals or promos of this. This is my another band.
Yeah, okay.
King Heavy.
King Heavy.
So this is the vinyl.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I have a little like a rehearsal, like something like that, and I
like a demo. Yeah.
The EP, and we started to be in contact, sending some emails, something like that.
Yeah.
Many years ago, and when the time passed by, we started to talk again about BlackFlow, and so nowadays. We have been talking a lot. He is very happy with the process that we have lived, because the album has worked for him. So we're very happy.
Yeah. And I would imagine so do you feel like you see more like a reaction from the album, or like, when people buy the album, are they buying more of the CD or like the physical, or do you see that it's more about the streaming? Like, do you get more action from the streaming?
Thanks for that.
Yeah, from everything, right? Yeah. So basically, so when you guys put an album out, nowadays it's you don't really need a record label, but it's good to have one because they're going to distribute you way wider. But do you find it better that people are going to be able to get your music as a CD or like a physical copy rather than streaming it?
Well, I personally like physical copies.
Yeah, me too.
Probably because we are old school.
Yeah.
As they say, right? But I don't know. At the same time, platforms, on the internet, they are also good because you can get, to more people.
Exactly.
You can get to be heard or to be listened to in different places, and probably places in which the physical copy will never get.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yep, that's what I was getting at, because it's like we're in a world now where radio and record labels don't control what people listen to that can't get music. Now you can just go on Spotify or YouTube, and I did. I discovered you guys just by clicking around on YouTube, and boom, there you are. Like if I would have went to my record store, I probably wouldn't see you there because it's not in there, But the fact that I was able to just find you like that, and you find so much undiscovered bands, new talent, whether they're signed or unsigned, and I just think it's the physical thing is cool because you get to own the music and you get to, hold it in your hands and read the liner notes and everything else. But if you want to really check out a band and really discover them, that streaming, it really does help, because it helps.
That's right.
Yeah, because you can reach all kinds of people.
Yeah, but it is also true that in today's world, which is full of internet and streaming and stuff, having something material, it's special, I think.
Yep. That's one of the things I look for too. When I see a band, when I come across a band like you guys, I was like, I like them. I'm going to check out to see if they have anything that's physical, and you did, So that's one thing I always do. I'll stream it first, and if I like it, if I really like it, I'm going to buy their CD. I'm going to buy their cassette. I want to get that cassette. I know you guys have it on cassette now, but I didn't see it on your Bandcamp yet. Yeah.
And we have some news about that, about the physical formats. Today. Yeah, you show the tape, the cassette.
The cassette. Yeah.
So, well, perfect. We have Seeds of Downfall on CD and cassette. And today, what is the news? That we will release the vinyl version.
All right, hell yeah, that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Different colors, or are you guys going to go with black? Are you going to do different color vinyl like everyone else? I like the different colors.
Well, really, I don't know if we will have different colors, but for sure, black will be available.
Yes, black will definitely be available.
Black will be available for sure.
Oh yeah, brother.
We will see what happened. We will see what happened with the black one. If the black one has the possibilities to be distributed different places, maybe we will prepare the next one. But in this second on a second step, at the first one, I don't think so. But Black will be available.
Nice. Let's check out a track from the album, The Seeds of Downfall. This is called Iron to Rust. You guys got a lyric video for this, and then we'll talk about it after this. Yeah.
Yes.
That's up there, guys. I mean, that is up there as far as production, songwriting, melody, lyrics. I mean, that's up there with the heavy of the heaviest of bands. And Victor, you being the lyricist, what's the message of that song? I'm getting an idea what it's about, but I want to hear what you got to say about it.
Yeah, well, maybe I may talk about first the whole record, because the whole record, it talks about the ego and how the ego destroys ourselves.
Yeah.
And also, so this song, it's particularly about. I actually wrote it one day in the past when I saw on TV that piece of news that talks about an island of plastic on the ocean.
Yeah, that's why I think life is
really, really huge island of plastic that was made of, garbage. From us,
That's what I was thinking when I saw that line, "Life in the plastic, iron to rust." I got that visual in my head about.
Exactly. So I started writing about this. Think of about this way of people that I think it has to do with the ego. It is only yourself, so you forget about everything else and you turn indifferent. You don't care about the world. You don't care about the others. So when trying to satisfy yourself, you do practically anything and everything. So, for example, in the case of plastic, you consume and consume and consume plastic, and then you throw things away. And we pollute the earth, the
ocean,
right? And we damage the world. And when we damage the world, we damage ourselves as well. And I think that has to do with the ego, just simply because we want to satisfy that, that ego.
That's very true. I think that's what it is. The ego like stops so many of us from being our true selves and actually doing good, because our ego gets in the way and won't. I always say, like, the ego won't let me be what I need to be because my ego is in the way, as far as someone like Donald Trump, but, it might be cool if he just let his ego go.
That's right.
But but I get you, and that's deep and that's profound. So in other words, you're kind of saying that the whole album's pretty much kind of a concept, right? Based on that, in a sense.
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So ego, it's kind of the center of it, right? But there's also violence.
Yeah.
Because I think it's sort of, I started to explore, the origins of violence. So I was amazed because a couple of years ago here in our country, we've got a social unrest.
Oh yeah.
And I was really impressed about the level of violence, right? And actually, I didn't know that could happen here in our country. So I was impressed, again, shocked.
Yeah.
And I started to read and also write about violence, just wondering where that comes from. What's the origin of violence? So we've got these concepts going on in the album: ego, right? And violence as well.
It's powerful.
And violent, connected with self-destruction.
Yeah. Yep. Very true. I've been there with the self-destruction.
As a species, as a human, it's very hard. And if you see the name of the album, Seeds of Downfall, it's a part of one song of the album. It's part of Indifferent to Others. So even though it isn't a concept album, it's similar.
Yeah. And so what comes first? Like, in other words, you're writing the lyrics, Victor. Like, were you writing to the music they already had sort of laid out, or did you write the lyrics and you guys just all kind of came together and wrote the music along with it, or how did that go about? Like, as far as like who's the main songwriter as far as music wise, or is it like all of you guys?
Well, Miguel and Frane, and I think that Miguel and Frane created the music.
Yeah. Okay.
Guitars, riffs, drums, etc. And then with that, when that's ready, I work on the melodies and
the melodies and the vocal. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's kind of like my process. Yeah, do the vocals and the melodies last. Yeah.
And as a band, at the beginning, we used to talk. What is the message that we want as a band?
Yeah.
at the beginning of the album, at the beginning of the process, we talk about that. We invest some time thinking and talking as a band. What is the message? What do we want to express? And after that, we started to create the music and write the lyrics.
Yeah. Does the music
It's
come
part
organic
of
for you?
our process.
Yeah. Does the music kind of just come natural? Like, in other words, your guitar player come to you, Miguel, and say, "Hey, I got this riff," and then all of a sudden you're just jamming, and you find something that you really like, and go from there.
Well,
there's probably no set rule, right? It probably just happens when it happens.
Well, it's funny because we used to rehearsal with Frane and create some parts, some riff,
Yeah.
but after that, we should decide if this is part of the idea of the concept that we want to express.
Yeah.
Because the music could be very interesting, could be very deep, but this part is aligned with the idea that we want. So after that, we produce the proposal as a song, and after that, Victor put the melodies and the layers.
Nice. Yeah, that's a nice process right there. Now, have you guys you guys do a lot of touring? In other words, have you toured outside of Chile, or like have you got in other countries? Have you come to the U.S. at all, or do you have plans in the near future if you haven't been to the U.S. yet, as far as playing shows?
Well, we would love
to. Yeah, definitely.
Well,
tell that label, say, you need to put us on a damn plane to the U.S.
That's right. Well, yeah, that would be wonderful, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we've got plans for Europe by the end of the year.
Nice.
But I think that's all I can say now.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I can see if you guys were like, I can see you guys doing like a lot of those festivals, like especially the bigger festivals, like if you can get on those festivals, because I mean, though I believe a lot of bands get really broken wide open with those kind of things, especially there's a way to buy in on those. I know some bands will pay a certain fee to play like on the smaller stage or whatever, and it's probably worth it because you're gonna get exposed to like thousands of people, But would that be something you'd ever do? Like, say if it's like the Louder Than Hell Fest in the U.S., if there was a spot for like $10,000 or something to get on that festival, would you be open to doing something like that just to be able to play in front of that many people? I mean, that's a lot of money, but still,
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder, like, I always wonder, like, how it is now with record labels. Because back when I was signed to a label, it was just in 1999. I mean, they gave us $10,000 up front that we produced our album for like $3,000. Because we had a friend that was able to do it really well with the studio. And then we kind of blew the rest of the money, and we called the label and say, "Hey, we're going to go on tour." And they're all like, "Well, how much of that money you got left?" We're like, "Nothing." Well, there's going to be no tour then. It's like, like, oh, what? We're supposed to tour with $7,000 or $10,000 and do a record. But still, like, I just wonder, like, how labels are now. Do they give you like kind of a budget, or do they give you an advance at all, or to be able to do something like that? I guess some labels are. I guess it all depends. Like if you're on like Napalm Records or something like that, probably those are probably a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, probably big labels do that.
Yeah, but
it is very hard to make a tour nowadays for a band like us that will live at the end of the world.
Yeah.
So if we want to show our music playing in some gigs over there, it is very expensive. But well, even though that, we will try to make a tour. No, we will do a tour over Europe on November. We have nowadays we have 5, 6 gigs booked. One in Austria, 2 Germany, and 2 on Spain. For sure, we will add a couple of gigs on this tour, but obviously, if we make the numbers, it's very, very difficult to considering this as a economical tour.
Yeah, because it's got to make sense. It's got to make sense financially, right? Like it's like you can't just get up and I'm going to go on tour and go for broke. Like back in the days, like back in the 80s and the 90s, it was like bands could just like, fuck it, I'm going on tour, mom. Fuck you, and I'm fuck the job. We're going. then come back broke or whatever. But it's like now it's like you got to sort of plan that shit out, and you got to be able to, it's like
even though that we trust on our message, we trust on our band, and we have received very comfortable, very good comments from different countries. So we will try to keep our message to different places.
Now, do you guys,
if states could be added in the future, no one knows, but we will try it.
I mean, you guys are kind of closer to me than anywhere else in the United States. You're like, because I'm in Oregon, you're like right up, like right below me or whatever. If you guys ever play the States, man, make sure you get Portland, Oregon on there.
Yeah, well, okay.
Hit me up. Hit me up. I can show you guys around. You can crash on I got an extra room here if you guys gonna crash here or whatever.
Great.
We'll just cram it. We'll cram it in my apartment and listen to records all day and shit. Now, do you guys pay attention to like the demographics as far as like, okay, like how many people are listening to your music, whether streaming or buying the CDs in the US compared to like Europe? Do you guys have do you have a more of a following in some places than others? Like, is that something you guys are aware of?
Well, yeah, Frane is the one who checks that part.
Okay.
And I think that the last thing he said about it is that in Germany, we are pretty much listened.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Probably even charting over there, I bet. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, it's a good record.
Also in the States, but Germany, I think it's the top one, top listeners, top numbers.
Yeah, that is true. If you considering the platforms, the digital platforms, Germany.
Yeah.
And obviously, the next one is Chile.
Yeah, and that's a good way to gauge, like, to where if you do plan on playing outside of the U.S. or out of Chile, whether you're going to play a different country, you want to go where your music's being streamed the most or being bought the most, and that's what's going to make more sense financially. Especially when you bring merchandise with you. Hey, Miguel, show us that beer that you guys got. You say it's limited, right? Hell yeah.
Well, our guitar player, Victor, he has a little brewery and he produced this limited version of BlackFlow beer. It has just 50, 60 copies bottles. And this one is the
number 19. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, now I'm gonna have to start drinking again just so I can get some of that beer. So I can get some BlackFlow beer. I relapsed on BlackFlow beer. It's an honor.
Well, I will save one bottle because we have something like 10 or 15 still in my fridge.
Yeah.
So I will save one for you if we have the possibility to play in the States.
Yes, I'll definitely drink to that. What other merchandise you guys have? So you got, I see you're wearing shirts. He's got the BlackFlow shirt. What other merchandise do you guys have?
Well, we have some different kind of t-shirts.
I'm gonna have to give me a BlackFlow t-shirt.
Nowadays, the t-shirt that Victor has in this moment is the only one that we have available.
Okay.
Yeah, as a model, please.
Nice. Yeah.
We have just some copies of that one. We have some. Obviously, we have the CD because it was released just 2 months ago, and we still have, as I told you, just 5 copies of the first EP because the guitar player Frane found it on a box in his house.
Yeah. Now, do you plan on? I don't
know how, but he has 5 copies.
He has 5 of them. Do you plan on repressing that album? Do you plan on doing like a repressing of that album, like down the road?
Well, yes, we have some plans about that, and we already have all the production ready for being produced, but we have been looking for a label for that. So we will see what happens with that. About the merchandising, we will produce for the tour. I'm talking about Chile and Europe. We will produce the new T-shirt, that the official one of the album, and during June, July, we will receive the vinyl version.
Okay, nice.
So we will have the vinyl version, and I think that one will be the top one of the formats that we have been available.
Cool. Now, what's the venues like there where you're living? Like as far as when you play locally, like are you playing like bigger clubs or theaters? Or are you doing headlining shows? Or are you playing with like other bands or bands that are like, say, I would say bigger than you or more famous than you or whatever? Then is there like a scene like that where you're playing with are you headlining or are you like opening up for bands mostly, or is it kind of both?
Both, I think.
Yeah, that's good. What's your usual draw? I would imagine you guys draw quite a bit, huh? As far as people.
Sorry?
How big is your draw? I can imagine you guys probably draw pretty big. You guys have a pretty big drawing as far as the following, local following.
The biggest has been the show with Candlemas.
Yeah, nice. Legends.
We played as a opener. That is the word in English. Opening act for Candlemas show. We was the opening act for Lacuna Coil.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
around 3 years ago.
Yeah, so I can see that being that's a good bill right there. You guys in Lacuna Coil, that's a good fit.
Yeah. Lacuna Coil and Candlemas is a very interesting mix.
Yeah.
In Chile, we have been playing in different cities from the north of the country. Chile is a very long country, so we have different places for playing, and we have been playing in La Serena, in Viña del Mar, Valparaíso, and at the south of Chile. And during this year, we will play at Concepción and Talcahuano. That are some cities at the south of Chile. We used to play at Mi Bar. Mi Bar is one of the most important metal bars in Chile, because all the metal bands used to play there. It's a bar like 100 and a half, 200 people. As a coincidence, the bass player of BlackFlow is part of the crew of Mi Bar.
Oh, cool.
So we play around 2 or 3 times per year over there.
Oh, nice.
With different bands.
Cool.
It's a very nice place.
Yeah,
if you come into Chile, I recommend you to go there and drink beers.
I'm going to renew my passport. I'll be there.
Okay.
Hey, is there like, so do you, like, I don't know, like here it is in the States. Sometimes, we have, and it was mostly prominent in the 80s and the 90s as far as religious groups that try to brand you as being evil or satanic. Do you guys have that in Chile? Do you guys have like certain parts of the country where they see your music or they see your kind of music and they think you guys are like evil or whatever, or like protest your shows at all or anything? Do you ever run into stuff like that?
Not anymore. I think it was like that by the end of the 80s.
Okay.
Actually, Iron Maiden was forbidden here.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
by the Catholic Church at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that nowadays we've got that kind of manifestation from churches.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, we've come a long way, it seems like, hopefully, in society where, a lot of those people like used to protest shows and try to burn our albums and burn our CDs. If you guys remember in the 80s, we had the PMRC here in America where they were trying to put warning stickers on records, which is like the best thing that ever happened, because that just made the kids want it more if you put a warning sticker on it. It's like, you put like a parental guidance,
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah. What about the government? Is the Chilean government cool with your music, or like how does that work as far as like you don't ever have like any issues with the government that try to interfere or anything? Yeah, that's good. Very artistic. It's very artistic, right? They just see it as being artistic. I would imagine like the government probably like.
Yeah, actually nowadays, I mean the president, it's been really open to. About his likes.
Yeah.
Related to music, and I know that he likes 9 Inch Nails, for example.
Oh yeah. Oh cool.
which I think it's very particular for a president of a country.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love this actor.
Uh-huh.
I love that he likes
Absolutely.
Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So yeah, I think from that point of view, it's more open to different sort of music. But in the former president and the previous ones,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they were worried about metal music or
Yeah.
what artists make.
That's good. That's good. Is there
Apparently.
is there a big hip hop scene or rap scene in Chile, or is it mostly all rock? Like as far as like the music that people generally listen to, like the public, I guess, sort of.
Well, I think that depends, because
Yeah.
I think in the underground there's a lot of metal,
Yeah.
lots of punk,
Mm-hmm.
and lots of hip hop,
Okay.
but also a lot of urban music,
Okay.
and which is this reggaeton and trap. I don't know if you.
Yeah. I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
And actually, if you see, I don't like this, but if you see, for example, Spotify,
Yeah.
Chile
No
is
one
one
likes
of the
this.
top
Yeah.
countries in the world for reggaeton and trap music.
Yeah.
Something that
If
I
you
really
can
don't like.
considering that as a music,
Yeah. If you consider it as a music, right?
Sure.
just
Backing.
if.
Yeah, backing tracks and laptops, and so it's safe to say that you guys don't use any backing tracks. You guys don't use laptops, and you could, if your laptop breaks down, you could play live.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I wouldn't say that this is a country, a metal country or a pop country. I think that we've got different things. I mean,
differently. Yeah, it's cool.
But what I can say is that there are many underground metal bands which are really, really good.
Yeah.
And there are most of times they are, underlooked.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I've like me as an American. Even growing up, I've always liked bands that were outside of America. I've always was more attracted to bands that are from like South America or Europe or England or obviously Norway and all those kind of countries. Japan. I'm still a big fan of Japanese metal. I just feel like it's like even though they're doing the same thing that we're doing in America as far as music, metal, and stuff like that, but they put the different twist on it. They're just something that's different and gives it that extra flavor that I miss from American bands, So I just think, there's such a cool scene.
Even though Chile has a lot of different kind of cultures, musics, about just metal, about just rock and metal music, Chile has a lot of very good bands.
Yeah,
very good bands. If you I don't like to compare, but well, if you compare, Chile has many good bands. I was thinking before this interview that we have, for example, Poema Arcanus, for example, Criminal, for example, Atomic Aggressor, Savings, Undercraft, and I can make a very huge list of different Chilean bands that they are producing excellent music.
Badass.
During the last 30 years.
I should have you put together a playlist for me of like some of the recommendations and send me a link.
For sure. Consider.
I would love.
For example, this one. This one.
Okay. Who's that called?
Emptiness is a band from Santiago.
Nice.
We will play with these guys the next week. We will play here in my town in the next week. And this guy has a very good music.
Nice.
Bitter Dusk. Okay. It's another band. Well, so I can show you a lot of very interesting music from different kind of music. Doom metal, heavy metal, death metal.
Yeah, just all different flavors. Everything. That's what I love. I love this. I love being turned on to new music too, because sometimes I'm out there looking for myself, but it's always great when someone can say, "Hey, check out this band," and it's like it's just. I feel like, okay, well, if they like it, then it must be good, because I trust your vision on it.
Just a coincidence. Let me show you. I have here, because I was hearing some days ago, Polímetro. This is Garrido.
Oh, cool.
This is Necrosis.
I think I've heard 80s. Of them. Yeah.
Necrosis from the 80s. Necrodeath.
Oh, okay.
Well, Poema Arcanus.
Oh, nice.
So I have a lot of Chilean bands here.
Nice. You got the hookup, brother.
I will send you some.
Yeah, send me a link. Yeah, send me some recommendation playlists or whatever. Yeah, no doubt. Let's check out another song from you guys. Let's check out Indifferent to Others.
Yeah, that's right.
just don't polluting.
Heavy bass, great bass playing, great guitar playing, great drumming, great vocal. I mean, this is it's some good shit, man. Preach it too about the freaking destroying the planet. You know, I hear we're trying to get to Mars, man. We're trying to get to Mars so we can fuck up that planet. Huh? It's like,
Yeah.
let's leave Earth alone and go fuck up another planet. You know, I think Greta Thunberg would love you guys' music. You know, that chick that's always, you know, the activist chick that's always out there activism for pollution and stuff. Greta Thunberg, yeah, if you've heard of her, she's the one that always angry looking face.
Version,
yeah,
that version is the single one.
Yeah, I noticed that. So that was like in 2022 or something, right? And then that was so that and then I was going to ask you about that because so that song ended up on the record. Was the record already kind of being made and that just kind of came out first before the record came out? Yeah.
Yes, but that is a little bit different than the version that appeared in the album.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit slightly different. Now we have to go back and listen to it again.
we recorded that single 2022.
Okay.
We decided to release that version.
Yeah.
But and we are very proud about that. But we decided to record again with some changes.
Yeah.
For some little changes, but for example, at the end, it's a little bit shorter.
Okay.
There are some words different in the. Well, Victor can explain better than me, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just basically evolved a little bit better because obviously you progressed a little bit like as the song was first written to where you were at the time when you needed to put it on the record, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, we actually at that time we had already, finished 3 or 4 songs, and this was one of them. And we wanted to, record it.
Now, who's the main producer? Because I noticed the production's really good. So where do you guys do you record in at your place there, Miguel, or do you just record the demos there and then go into like a bigger studio, or like how does that work?
The drums were recorded at Miguel's studio, at his house. Guitars, I'm not sure, probably Frane's house.
Okay.
In my house too.
Your house as well. The bass was recorded in Felipe's house.
Okay.
Nope.
In the studio.
At the studio, yeah.
Okay, at the studio, Audio Custom. When where it was mixed and mastered.
Okay.
And I recorded the vocals here at home in my house.
Okay, cool. So it's like, so you guys like nowadays musicians don't really even need to be in the studio together. Like you can be at different places and share the files and go that route. And that's really cool. Like who did the mixing? Like who's in when it comes down to mixing the album? Are you guys all together in the room together? Because you guys want to have different input, or like is there one person that just knows what they're doing and mixes it really well? Who's the mixer?
The mixer was
Seba Puente.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sebastián Puente from Audio Custom here in Santiago.
Nice.
But obviously with all the suggestions from Miguel and Frane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The first steps has a production.
Mm-hmm.
We made it that as Frane and me, we decided the first step as a producers, and after that, Seba Puente from Audio Custom was the main producer as a main engineer in charge of the mixing. He's the producer of Brujeria.
Okay. Yeah, I love Brujeria. Great band.
Yeah. He's the producer of one of the best metal bands nowadays in Chile, Criminal, for example.
Okay.
So we are very proud to work with Seba Puente.
Yeah.
Because he worked with us as a part of the band.
Yeah.
So we are very proud about that.
Yeah, I think it's very important to have a good producer who can bring that performance out of you and inspire you to really, do your best in the studio, like to perform and stuff. Because it's one thing mixing the record or engineering and working all the controls, but you got to have somebody's got to be there to listen to everything and say, okay, well, I think you should need to do this again or one more time, or I need you to really feel this one, Because it's hard to do it yourself.
For example, for the drums, he was here in my home because I have a studio here in my home, but he was here and he decided where is the best place for put a microphone for the drums. So he said, not here, there is the best place. So we said, okay.
You trusted his word.
You are the guy, so you decided. What was a interesting process because we started here with him working together on my home, decided everything, the position of the instruments, the position of the microphone, the texture that you want to add it to the music. So was part of the whole process.
Nice. And I want everyone to know that's watching this interview and listening, and I hope you're enjoying what you're hearing, because I do, damn it. Everything's going to be in the description, the links where to get BlackFlow's music and stuff like that. So I'll definitely have all your stuff in the description there. That way people can check you guys out. Now, the magic question is, or the number one question, what's on the horizon? Is there a new album in the works? Have you already started on new music, new songs? What are we looking at here?
Well, actually, Miguel and Frane are already working on some music. I think that we're going to use a similar formula, right?
Okay.
So once they have some music already done, some tracks, more or less finished. They will send me over that material, and I will work on it. And actually, they have already shared some material with me. So
nice.
There should be a new record. Well, as soon as we can, actually.
Yeah, as soon as you can. Now, with them giving you some little pieces of music already, Victor, do you already have an idea where you want to go concept-wise, as far as, because you know how this album, it's all about the concept of the ego and how it destroys us and violence and stuff like that. Do you already have another concept ready for the new album, or is it something you're still working on?
Yes, no, we've talked about it already, and actually it has to do with something that we've been talking as a band for a while, which has to do with the death.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Death, life, death, and how how different death can be for different people.
Yeah.
And all the different faces that death can have. So that's the whole concept. Obviously, there will be things that we have to refine, but those are the ideas that we've got now in mind.
I liked it already. Who did the artwork for the album cover?
I always forget his name, but Miguel knows.
Yeah, it's probably in the liner notes.
I love the art.
Yeah, I mean, that's what drew me to hit play on YouTube. I was like, okay, I got to check these guys out. The colors really stand out. Yeah.
Well, the cover was a work from Edgardo Lillo.
Okay.
Edgardo Lillo is a friend of me. From when I was a kid. So this guy nowadays, he has been producing very good works. I invited to you to try to find the Edgardo Lee, the webpage. I don't know all the links of the social network about Edgardo, because he has a very interesting artist nowadays.
Cool. Yeah, send me his link and I'll put that in the description too. Like if you can send me his link later, I could put that in the description.
He produced also the cover of the Iron to Rust. If you can see the video of Iron to Rust song, it's part of Seed of Downfall. Iron to Rust song has a lot of images of Seeds of Downfall, obviously.
Oh, okay.
But at the end of the song appears new images with a guy inside of the sea. That image is also a cover created by Edgardo and is the main cover of Iron to Rust as a single. We released Iron to Rust as a single around 2 or 3 months before the whole album, and we put that as a cover. I recommend you to show that, to see that cover, because it's a very good work too.
That's the video we just played before this last one, right? That was we played the Iron to Rust lyric video. You're talking about, yeah. So definitely people go back and watch that. And I would imagine it's safe to say you might use him again for the next record, or you already have an idea for the album cover, like, or have you hit him up to do the next album cover? Yeah, I think it'd be cool if you did.
Well,
never know though.
I think that we will be talking with Edgardo too.
Yeah, like Iron Maiden always used Derek Riggs of Iron Maiden for all of his for all their record labels or record covers.
Yeah, we have received very good comments about Edgardo Lillo's work, so maybe we will try to keep Edgardo this as a partner.
Yeah, Edgardo Lillo. Am I saying
Edgardo
it right?
Lillo.
Yeah. Send me his link because I'll definitely check that out. Well, guys, this has been a phenomenal pleasure to have you guys on, and I'm a fan. I'm going to be a fan forever now.
Thank you for having us.
The main thing we got to do is get you to the United States, and I'm hoping that this video and this, with the audience that I have, can be turned on to a new band, and not even say new band. It's always going to be new to somebody, whoever discovers it, right? I always like to think that even though a band's been around since you guys 2015 or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's you're new. As soon as I discover it, you're new to me, and you're new to someone else. And and as long as you're playing, you're staying in the game. You keep creating, keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, I see big things for you guys. I see you guys being on the big festivals, even headlining some of that stuff in the future. Because especially if you keep putting out records like this, I mean, I can only see big things happening. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, we'll keep the good work. We hope.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys are definitely on your way. All right.
Thanks a lot for your support.
Yeah,
it's very
definitely
important for us. Very important for us to try to keep our music in different places. So
yeah.
Thanks a lot, and I invite you and to the audience to follow our music, and we will try to work hard for keep the same idea in your mind.
Yeah. Never give up, never give in, keep putting out good shit. That's all you can do, man. Oh yeah. And drink some BlackFlow. Let that shit flow down your gizzard. Oh yeah. Well, everyone, be kind to yourselves, be kind to the planet, as these guys say. Be kind to yourself, be kind to everyone. Because if you're not good to yourself, you're no good to anyone else, right? You gotta be good to yourself.
Think only about yourself.
And don't think only about yourself. You gotta think of other people, because we're community here, man. It takes more than one.
We're not alone. We have just one word.
Oh, one word. Oh yeah. All right, guys. Horns up and peace out. Yeah.
Metal Block.
Thanks, man.
Hell yeah.